Hey guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about Flexi Leashes today. I'm calling this Flexin' on Flexies. So today, as I was driving down the road, I passed this German Shepherd and handler walking down the sidewalk. Dog was on a Flexi leash and also on a prong collar. If you don't know, I have serious issues with both items. Number one reason for disliking Flexi leashes. They encourage your dog to pull. In order to get where they want to go, in order to get the leash, get the space that everybody thinks that their Flexi leash provides, the dog has to pull. This can also cause some problems back on your end. If your dog takes off, you can be caught off guard, end up falling over, things like that. You can end up reaching for the leash, get serious cuts and burns to your hands. They're just not good all around. The lock can break if you lock it with a strong pull. It can allow your dog to easily charge after other dogs or charge into oncoming traffic or things like that. So they're not the best choice for walking your dog. Add into that the prong collar. The prong collar works by causing physical pain and discomfort to your dog. So your dog pulls, which it has to do on the Flexi, and then it gets jabbed in the throat with all these little prongs, telling it not to pull. So it doesn't really make sense to be walking a dog on a tool that is designed for it to pull and then have something on its neck that punishes it for doing what the tool is allowing it to do. The other thing with prong collars, and I'm not going to get into everything, but in this situation, they just are, the dog takes off, gets the physical discomfort. It's just not a good combination with the Flexi leash. Independently, both those things, still bad. But together, ultra bad. They're competing forces. You want your dog to have flexibility, hence the Flexi leash, and then you're causing it pain and punishing it for doing what the Flexi leash is designed to do. It just doesn't make sense. So, if you are using these tools, please find a alternative. Long lines are great. You can teach the dog to walk on the long line very easily. And teaching them proper leash skills with that, and that will not have a lot of the negative effects that the Flexi leash has. You can still give your dog line, but it's a lot more controlled, and there's a proper way to do leash handling on a long line. Not saying that you can't still get burns if your dog takes off, but there are preventative measures that we can put in place, and teaching the dog to walk on those things. I personally walk my dog on a long line, and it's fantastic. You can also look into getting a nice harness with a front back attach. Balance harness is great. Kurgo makes a nice harness. Roughwear makes a nice harness. Look into those types of things as an alternative to the pinch collar. Hang out with a qualified trainer. Keyword being qualified. There's no requirements for who can call themselves a trainer, and you can get a lot of conflicting information out there. So I myself, as somebody who trains force-free, fear-free, and with positive methods, I don't use pain or punishment to get the results that I want. I believe that my dogs will not do behaviors that I would like them to do without getting paid for it, just like I don't go to work without getting paid for it. I don't expect them to work for me free, unless you expect your employer, to stop paying you and still want you to keep showing up. So find a qualified trainer who uses science-based methods. Read some of the science-based articles out there on ways to train and teach your dogs without the use of the prong, pinch, shock collars that are still very popular. If you've ever used a Flexi Leash or a shock prong pinch collar and have switched methods, I would love to hear from you below in the comments. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Reach out to your local friendly neighborhood trainer. They're everywhere. If you have questions about who is qualified, there are plenty of resources to find a trainer who has completed training or has worked with positive, fear-free methods. There's a whole lot of education in the greater training community that is available. And it's just up to us to make sure we're doing our homework and making sure that we do find someone who is educated. So, long story short, the TLDR of this video is Flexi Leash bad, prong collar bad, put together very bad. Horrible match. So don't use them, find other methods, and enjoy spending time with a dog who is much happier for you loving on them instead of causing them pain and confusion with two opposing forces. All right, guys, see you next time.